Satsang-93. Para-Brahman is non-perceptible. 26th October, 1935. Morning Satsang. Para-Brahman is not perceptible by the senses, but it exists. That which is not perceptible is absolute pure consciousness. That reality exists, but is not visible. If one says that it does not exist, even that person who says so is himself only Para-Brahman. If there is a form, its body or shape is knowable, and it can be known, perceived, and understood. However, the shape or form of the self, which is God Himself, has no shape or form at all, and is not perceptible. One ends the inquiry by saying that it is unknowable, but it is always one with you. The tragedy is that you do not admit to its existence, and that it exists as your own self. The understanding that I am the understanding, I am Shiva, formless being, Shivoham, is perceived by the inner vision of understanding, which is Shiva. Understanding is perception. The earth is giving support to all creatures. It is called the ground. Just as all things appearing to our senses are on the ground and of this earth, likewise everything that is visible is perceived on the invisible existence of Para-Brahman. It is because of that everything begins and ends. We cannot go anywhere else outside of it. There is no leaving that. Everything ends. It all gets destroyed. However, that which does not end remains. And what remains is Brahman. It is the same in every situation. Absolute pure consciousness is indescribable, unimaginable, and cannot be grasped by logic and conjecture, but is that. It does exist. If anyone will try to say, it is like this, or it is like that, his statements are false. It is not possible to talk about that. Let anyone put a proposition about it in any manner, yet it is not caught in that proposition. So whatever one may say, even though he may be full of wisdom, that cannot be described. Therefore, you must approach this problem very subtly, with determination. You have to nullify the belief in the reality of the bodily existence and the seeming reality of the apparent existence of the universe. Only then will you understand that, Brahman. Brahman is said to be all-pervading. But when the all is not real, how can Brahman be pervading anything? What we see is not real, so how can Brahman permeate it? In deep sleep, there is nothing that is perceived or permeated. When you are awake and you are present, what you see is the seen, the form. Form is what is seen. To say that an object is seen is to say that it is known or perceived. Only then is it said that I see it. However, whatever is seen is really seen by the sense organs, and the sense organs are known by the intellect, as well as by knowledge. Now, please pay careful attention. Who sees the knowledge? The state of knowing, the knowledge, is itself seen, but that which sees it cannot be described. The seer cannot be described, yet reference is being made to it. So to see means to know or to perceive, and that which is so perceived is perceived by and permeated by Brahman. Only that which is so permeated is known or perceived. So long as that which is known is in the state of being seen, it is permeated. However, when the apparent thing disappears, what is there to be permeated? To be permeated by Brahman is only to be seen or known. When knowing ends, there is nothing left to be permeated. The milk and cream are together in milk. When the cream is separated, it appears separate to our senses. It is the important ingredient of milk. It becomes separate if we separate it. Otherwise, it is one with the milk. The empty expanse and the quality of permeating are false terms. The one who remains after the imagination disappears is Atman, which is not within the realm of imagination. When the concepts, imagination, capacity to move, the movement, understanding, and consciousness are seen, only then do we become aware of the male and female, the Purusha and Prakriti. Inherent in this are the three gunas, the 5 elements, the states of consciousness, and various circumstances and numerous properties of matter. That which is aware of all this is called the nature of existence, or the main goal, the power beyond, or the power of knowing, as well as the glimpse of totality, cosmic being, the glimpse of the immensity of Brahman, the primordial God, and absolute pure consciousness. That understanding which comes out of this name and form is the simple and the most natural experience of being, which the primordial beingness itself feels. Yet it is a direct perception which imagination cannot grasp. The purest and simplest spiritual effort is listening, shravana. Then comes reflection, meditation with the sattvic aspect of mind, which is superior to it. When there is no knower, either as a being or as the quality of understanding, the mind is merged into its higher state. Where the state of effort or sadhana ends, there is spiritual knowledge or vijnana. One's life is fulfilled when spiritual effort is culminated in the final achievement of mukti. That which is beyond the qualities, beyond the gunas, is permanent, non-moving, not disturbed by anything, and cannot be destroyed. It is most impenetrable, never ending, and never disappearing. You are that. This understanding ensures that that never ends. And the problem of illusion is solved, as Maya is not seen at all. Gone is the illusion. For example, in the dream, a man sees that he is married and has a wife and children, but when he is awakened, where are they? Where will he search for them? Where will they meet him? When the man is awake, the dream is proved false. The perception of other things was happening due to ignorance, and that ignorance was the dream. The dream was that ignorance, and that was the worldly life. The vast sky was being seen, and the vast earth was there, and many men were living on the face of that earth, and they appeared to be happy. Many families were living happily, and one's own little family was among them. However, that family, a small dot, was not there from the perspective of consciousness or awareness. All of that scenery was shown by ignorance. The family is generally not understood in its reality by anybody. The one who knows the reality is very rare, as the knower is the Supreme Self. Knowing reality, you are awakened. The dream is over. What does this mean? What is awakening? Awakening means that there is now the knowledge of reality. Awakening is knowledge, and knowledge means you are awakened. To experience worldly life is itself the experiencing of ignorance. The man may be enjoying a very happy, luxurious life, but he is merged in ignorance. On the other hand, he may be leading a life full of troubles and hard work, but then also what he enjoys is ignorance. The worldly life may be of any grade. It is only ignorance that one is enjoying. Ignorance has itself appeared. What seems evident is ignorance. Then comes a change. Knowledge appears. And with that, awakening comes. The man awakens and says, "Oh, what a worldly life it was. Now all of that is proved false." When one awakens, he still sees, but all is indescribable, unutterable. This is to be softly and subtly felt through discrimination between the real and the unreal. Through the experience of awakening, recognition of one's own true nature reveals itself. The book Dasbodh was completed by the word of the self. The one who meditates on Param Atman knows this book of life